Night at the Villa of the Valley of Dara. I've always believed that every village has its secret. Every hill has its whispers. And every old abandoned villa hides something that refuses to be forgotten. This story happened about 2 years ago. A tale that once went viral in online mystery forums. Many thought it was just a hoax or a made-up story, but there are living witnesses. This is the story.
My name is Adrian, an amateur journalist of horror stories who loves hunting down tales of mystery. One day, I received a message on Instagram from someone named Dara. Not her real name. She lived in an old villa on the edge of a valley, in a village called Valley of Dara. The message read,
"Please come. This villa. I'm afraid. There's something here that can't be explained. Voice recordings, moving shadows."
Dara said her family had just inherited the villa from her grandfather, who had died mysteriously. The villa had long been abandoned, but ever since ownership passed to her family, strange things began happening, one by one. Dara asked me to stay one night in the villa and record everything that happened. Of course, I was intrigued. An old villa, plus a first-hand witness, plus evidence in the form of recorded voices, plus shadowy figures, equals viral content. I agreed. I arrived at the village of Valley of Dara in the late afternoon. The winding road was flanked by tall trees, fog beginning to descend. The sounds of nature, rustling wind, insects, and occasionally the distant bark of a dog. Dara greeted me with a pale face, her eyes tired and anxious. She pointed to the villa from afar. A large building, colonial architecture, many balconies with broken windows, peeling paint, some of the wood rotting away. We passed through a rusted iron gate, the main door slightly ajar. Wind blew through the gap, making the door creak. Behind the villa, the valley seemed darker. Shadows of trees looked like night guides. I began recording with the main camera, infrared camera, a sensitive audio recorder. The sky darkened. The beam of our flashlights reflected off dust and cobwebs along the long corridor. The wooden floor creaked under our steps. Each step felt heavy, not because of us, but as though the villa itself was pulling us inward. Dara showed me the room that used to be her grandfather's office, filled with old books, black and white photographs, and some old newspapers about missing persons and deaths. There was her grandfather's diary. Notes such as, A woman's cries outside the north bedroom window. Someone knocked on the door at midnight, though no one was outside. A headless shadow passed the hallway. The air in that room felt cold, even though I wore a jacket. The infrared camera showed hot spots appearing, disappearing, then appearing again, like footprints of an unseen being. Night came, and rain poured heavily. The sound of thunder echoed far away, making the villa tremble slightly. In the living room, we lit candles to make the atmosphere warmer. But the candlelight seemed insufficient. Shadows in the corners swirled as though alive, though no outside light entered. Dara said,
I hear footsteps in the attic.
We climbed up with the partly broken wooden stairs, each step groaning under our weight. The attic was full of old furniture, wooden chests. The air was musty and damp. I felt something watching from behind the cloth covering the attic window. With my flashlight, I pulled it aside, only to see broken glass and tree branches pressing in from outside, casting shadows like grasping hands. I recorded the sound of heavy breathing. But when I checked the recorder, no one was behind me. Suddenly, faint screams came from below. A mix of a woman crying and a child sobbing. Dara trembled, whispering,
That's no animal. I recognize it from my grandmother's voice.
We went down to the dining room, following the sound. It grew clearer.
Help me. Don't leave me.
The voice came from the back wall, where her grandfather's bedroom once was. I turned on the infrared camera and recorded the wall. On the moldy, dusty surface, I saw a faint shadow, like a woman in a white dress, standing motionless. The regular camera could only capture a faint, pale silhouette, long hair covering part of her face. As the infrared focused, the figure vanished suddenly. After that, the villa seemed to twist. Corridors stretched longer. Doors that were once on the right suddenly appeared on the left when we returned. A floorboard that creaked before no longer did, though it should have sounded the same. Dara lost one of her small cameras, the audio recorder we had placed in the basement. When we went down, the basement door opened by itself. The basement was dim, damp, smelling of earth. In the corner, we found Dara's camera lying on the ground, lens facing the wall. Next to it, claw marks or deep scratches were etched into the wood. Midnight deepened. Rain poured harder. Wind howled through cracks in the roof. In the grandfather's bedroom, though the piano in the corner had long been considered broken, the keys moved slowly, striking one note. Then silence. I felt a gentle hand on my shoulder. Of course I turned quickly, but no one was there. The camera captured a shadow behind the curtain. A woman, long hair, ragged white dress. Her face almost blurred, only the eyes, two black points glowing without a mouth. Dara sobbed softly. She said her grandfather once mentioned the spirit of a woman named Deborah, his maid, who died tragically during a great flood decades ago. They said she was loyal, but during the flood, she was left trapped on the lower floor while the family survived upstairs. Since then, her spirit wandered, consumed by unbearable loneliness.
We decided to leave the villa after hearing simultaneous cries of a baby and a woman throughout the house. But when we tried, the front door was locked from outside. We tried breaking it open, but couldn't. Windows were sealed, cracked. Some shattered pieces fell, echoing sharply in the still night. I returned to the grandfather's bedroom, searching for spare keys. There, I found an old, thick book, its leather cracked, handwritten. To Deborah, sorry I could not save you. If you appear on a rainy night, I beg you not to take me with you. Beneath the book was a black and white photograph. The grandfather, Deborah, and a baby. But the baby's face was blurred, as though scratched away. When I turned to the doorway, the woman appeared again. This time standing there, drenched as if rain had seeped through the roof. Her hair draped over her face, her dress torn at the hem as if dragged. She looked at me with her black eyes, filled with both sorrow and rage. She opened her mouth, and a piercing scream burst out.
Remember me. Don't leave me.
I shook, my main camera nearly falling. Dara called my name, but her voice sounded distant. As I tried to step closer, the wooden floor beneath me collapsed. I fell into the lower floor, trapped among broken beams. My flashlight splintered, and in its glow, by morning, local farmers rescued Dara and me from the villa's ruins. I lost my sensitive audio recorder, the infrared camera badly damaged. But one audio recording on the main camera survived. A woman's scream, distant laughter, a baby crying, and the sound of someone holding their breath. I edited and uploaded the video to YouTube. The title: Last Night at the Villa of the Valley of Dara. Real recording. Soon, it went viral. Thousands of comments.
Many claimed they saw the same woman in their own photos, or heard whispers calling their names at night after watching. But one part made it even scarier. In the audio, you can clearly hear a baby's cry, followed by a voice saying, "She chose you." Then silence. Since the video went viral, the villa was abandoned once again. Dara moved out of the village, never to return. I myself have never dared go back there alone. Yet my nights are haunted by the same dream. Heavy rain, broken piano notes, a woman's scream echoing through hallways, and the figure in a white dress dancing in the doorway. Some viewers reported that after watching, they felt someone following them home at night, breathing near their windows, or whispering, "Remember me," during blackouts. Some claimed they saw a figure crossing their doorway. This story reminds us, some losses cannot be healed with time. Sometimes, the truest loyalty becomes an unseen chain, binding a soul that still longs to be heard.